Ataingia ndani ya dakika chache zijazo, maana naona yuko kwenye hatua za mwisho kabisa za kupitia mabanda, na atakapoingia kama tulivyoambizana awali, tutasimama na kumpa makofi ya kutosha mpaka atakapokuwa amefika sehemu yake ya kukaa. Ndugu washiriki, tuendelee kuwa wavumilivu kidogo. Mgeni rasmi, naona maelezo kwenye mabanda yamekuwa mengi, lakini punde atakuwa akiingia hapa ukumbini. Kwa hiyo tuendelee kuvuta subira ili atakapoingia tuweze kuanza shughuli yetu ya leo.
Microphone check. Tunajaribu mitambo. Microphone check. Microphone check. Mic check. Dear participants, let's continue to be patient. Our guest of honor,
mahali hapa ili tuweze kuanza shughuli yetu.
we should get at least opportunity to be greeted by a colleague in Norway.
Here in Singida. You there? While waiting for our colleagues to join us, let's see if Kampala can hear us. Kampala, Strong Foundation, Regional Office Kampala, are you there?
Kuna nini tena jamani? Mfalme, mbona umekuja kwa kasi sana? Nini shida? Mfalme, hebu tulia. Hebu wananchi wanataka kusikia. Unawaambia nini siku ya leo? Mfalme anawakaribisha nyote katika ukumbi huu. Siku hii ya uzinduzi wa mradi huu wa kilimo katika mkoa wetu wa Singida. Hebu mfalme, zungumza. Nini hasa unataka kuambia wananchi hawa waliopo hapa? Anasema hivi jamani, mnajua kwamba hichi kilimo kwa ajili ya biashara inawezekana? Mnajua hilo? Kwamba kumbe kilimo tunaweza kufanya kilimo cha biashara ndani ya mkoa wetu wa Singida na ndani ya nchi yetu ya Tanzania. Hebu mfalme, zungumza. Nini tena faida ambayo inapatikana katika kilimo?
Koche inlegihe rote Jackson and Sharukana yogeo.
Anasema jamani, faida nyingine inayopatikana kwenye kilimo, wewe kuweka na kukopa haitoshi. Anasema tutumie akiba zetu kwa ajili ya kilimo biashara. Hebu mfalme, zungumza. Nini unataka watu hao watambue ndani ya ukumbi huu siku ya leo? Anasema njia bora za kilimo, njia bora za kilimo jamani, na mazao yaliyo bora. Wewe mwananchi unapaswa kuwekeza katika kilimo biashara. Hebu mfalme, zungumza. Nini hasa wananchi hao pia wapate? Anasema faida nyingine ya kilimo, upatikanaji wa taarifa sahihi za kilimo na masoko na hali ya hewa, uimarishaji wa upatikanaji wa masoko na bidhaa zilizo bora. Jamani, tuwekeze katika kilimo biashara, wananchi wenzangu. Anasema kauli mbiu inasema mabadiliko ya sekta ya kilimo ili kuleta ajira yenye star kwa wanawake na vijana Tanzania inawezekana. Mimi na nyie sasa tuwekeze katika kilimo biashara. Mfalme, tukupatie zawadi gani ili wananchi hao pia waweze kufurahi siku ya leo ndani ya ukumbi huu? Anasema wananchi wote na wadau wote tuwekeze katika kilimo cha biashara.
Asante sana kikundi cha burudani, na nadhani sasa wenzetu wanaweza kawa wanatuona. Strong Foundation Norway, can you hear us? Alan, can you hear me? Can you hear me? Can you hear me? Can you hear me? Alan, are you there? Kampala, Regional Office Kampala, if you can hear us, please. If you hear me, please switch on your mic, please. Will you kindly unmute your mic, Alan, please? Kujiunga na sisi mezani, kuna vifaa vya ukalimani wa lugha. Ukiangalia kuna channel ya kwanza ina button ambayo itakuwa mkono wako wa kushoto, ni kwa ajili ya lugha ya Kiswahili, na kama mzungumzaji atakuwa anaongea Kiingereza utapeleka kwenye channel namba 2 ili uweze kama mzungumzaji atakuwa anazungumza Kiswahili na utataka tafsiri ya Kiingereza utapeleka kwenye channel namba 2. Na kama ilivyo kwenye simu zetu kuna tundu upande wa juu pale, utatumbukiza ile headphones zako na itakuwa tayari kusikiliza kupitia kwa wakalimani wetu.
Microphone check.
Alan,
can you hear us? Alan, are you able to catch up? Alan.
Jacqueline, can you hear us? Charles, folks, Richard has just shared a chat. Kindly see what Richard has shared and then raise your hand if you have seen the message from Richard.
Into procedures, plastics, and organic waste streams that can support existing waste management structures and provide additional revenue. The first one is provision of training on financial literacy, of which will improve their collective bargaining power. The fifth specific objective is to enhance household food resilience, financial resilience, and investment opportunities. How? Through saving and producing groups, as well as commercial villages for these smallholders, farmers, women, and youth. The sixth one is mapping various financial institutions and available financial services and products for the savings and producing groups, as well as the commercial villages to access. Now we've got project outcomes with its associated core activities. The outcome number one, or results number one, project results number one, is smallholders farmers with an improved production, productivity, and quality agricultural product. What are the activities which have to be done in order to achieve this outcome? The first one is to identify and form 240 saving and producer groups, acronymed as SPGs. The second one, or the second activity, is to provide training to 6,000 smallholders farmers on climate smart agriculture and biochar training. The third one is to support 240 SPGs to develop realistic business plan. The fourth one is to engage private sectors to establish 15 demonstration and training sites for adoption of good practices. The fifth one is to train and equip 240 lead farmers on CSA, climate smart agricultural practices and biochar technologies. Another one is to train 10 extensionists from the Ministry of Agriculture on climate smart agriculture and biochar technologies toward community support. Another one is to support 500 farmers in value addition, which implies facilitating in manufacturing processes that increases the value of primary agricultural commodities or the harvested products, and marketing of biochar formulation. Another one is engage agri-tech companies to support smallholders farmers to access digital agricultural information through their platforms. Another one is to train 60 community-based facilitators and 240 lead farmers as TOT, training of trainers on value addition, which actually implies engagement in production process, marketing, or services that will increase value of their primary agricultural commodities. Another one is organize nutritional seminars for 6,000 smallholders farmers. The second outcome of our project is smallholders farmers have increased the access to market linkages with the private sector actors. So what are the associated activities in order to attain or to achieve this outcome? The first one is to establish 30 commercial villages, which are derived from the combination of these small savings and producing groups. That will reach up to 6,000 smallholders farmers. Another one is to establish 15 village enterprise learning hubs for provision of training. And another one is link smallholders farmers with private sector actors for access to market. The last part, we've got technologies and innovations. Here we've got financial technologies or technological solutions so as to increase access to digital bank accounts and loans applications for these SPGs groups, saving and producing groups. Also, we've got e-learning and m-learning so as to increase access to digital skills, other market relevant informations through smart technologies and basic or feature phones. Also, we've got digital solutions, apps, to support SPGs, saving and producing groups to manage their businesses records so that they can increase their credit worthiness. Value addition technologies will will also promote these ones so as to increase access to diversified income generating activities for smallholders farmers. And we'll also establish demo sites for learning and adoption of the best practices, example CSA. Also, we'll have production of biochar formulations, of which will be facilitated by our colleague partners of implementing this project, which is CFU. They will facilitate the production of biochar formulations and other eco-friendly products like briquettes or compost. And that marks the end of the presentation for the overview of Elcap project. Thank you for your time.
Asante sana Sema kwa
Thank you very much, Sema, for your presentation, which gives us an overview. Where do we want to reach pertaining to this project? The following presenter is the International Director of Strong Foundation in Norway.
Titus Tenga, if you are online, please kindly join us and share with us a word from your office. Titus Tenga.
I don't know if you can hear me. I don't know if you can hear me. I don't know if you can hear me. Joining in 5 minutes.
Yes, we can.
Jacqueline. Jacqueline, can you hear me? Jacqueline, can you hear me?
Yes, Jacqueline, I can hear you. Yes, I can hear you.
Jacqueline, please.
Yeah, there. Video's not working.
Titus, if you are, yeah, I can see you now. You are welcome, Titus, to share a word from Strong Foundation Norway with participants here in Singida.
No. Good morning, dear colleagues. Can you hear me well? Hello?
Can hear you.
Can you hear me well there, please?
Yes, loud and clear.
Good morning. Honorable guests, dear colleagues, it is a truly pleasure to have joined you into this very important occasion for launching our very pioneer program in Tanzania what we call enhanced livelihood for commercial agricultural production. Let me introduce myself. My name is Taitenga, and I hopefully you'll be pleased to hear I'm also from Tanzania. So for me, this program has, in addition to Strome, has also a personal touch into it. I've been working with the Strome now for 12 years as the international director, and therefore I'm responsible for the programs of Strome. Prior to Strome, I've been working as an associate professor at University College, where I was both doing a number of consultancies for different development agencies and multinational agencies across the board, with the World Bank, UNICEF, and FAO, which I'll come back to it later here. So I'm very pleased to join to you. Is unfortunately the circumstances, they are what they are now. And that's why we have to really connect on the digital streaming like this. Otherwise, this is something that we strongly would have prioritized and be there. At this stage, let me pass greetings from our new Secretary General, Eli Lunde, who himself should have been here too. And as I said, if this were to be on those normal circumstances, we should have been us, because he also attending another strategic meeting this morning, and that's why we are covering for him here. But guest of honor here, just for a brief introduction to you, what Strome is. Strome is a right-based Norwegian development agency, which was established in 1976. So we are celebrating now 47 years. You should help me my mathematics here. We are celebrating now about 47 years of our organization. Strome, unlike most of the development organizations, we work through what we called regional offices. We have 3 regions across the globe. 2 of them, they are in Africa, and 1 in Asia. In Africa, we have what you should be knowing now, what we call East Africa region, with a regional office in Kampala, and my colleagues here, Patrick, must have introduced you to that. And in East Africa, we work on those 4 countries. Uganda itself, where we have our regional office. We work also in Tanzania, South Sudan, and Kenya. The second region is West Africa region. And in West Africa, we have our regional office in Bamako, Mali. 3 countries in West Africa: Mali itself, Burkina Faso, and Niger. And the third region is Asia region, with the regional office in Colombo, Sri Lanka. And we work in 4 countries there: Sri Lanka itself, where we have our regional office, Bangladesh, Nepal, and Myanmar. We are now in the 3rd year of our strategic plan. We have 5 years strategic plan, which started from 2019 to 2023. And in our strategic plan, we have been very conscious into saying that Strome is focusing on 3 thematic focus. So our development work is based on 3 thematic focus. 1 is strengthening civil society. 2nd is education. And the 3rd, which has been much more emphasized in the current strategic plan, and an area that we need to develop further, it is what we call economic inclusion and job creation. Economic inclusion and job creation. Now, the program that we are launching today subscribe to the last thematic goal: economic inclusion and job creation. I should say, I've mentioned that Strome, we are a right-based organization. What do I mean by that? being a right-based organization, we really work on two parallel tracks at the same time. One is really to work with what we call right holders, so that themselves they get involved in the development cause of their own lives. And the second, we are working with the duty bearers, or those who are responsible, to make sure that they fulfill the obligation, they fulfill the responsibility to deliver to the people. And why I'm saying that? I'm saying that because unlike most of organizations, Strome, we are not operational ourselves. We work through our partners. And this is what I'll come to emphasize now going on here. Why we work, for example, with the SEMAS, an organization that we really trust and we've been enjoying working with them for some time. But let me go back to this Elcap, or the Enhanced Livelihood for Commercial Agriculture Production, the program that we are launching today. You know, as I mentioned, this is a very pioneer project for us, and it is ascribed to the third thematic goal of economic inclusion and job creation. The overall development objective of this program is to reach 6,000 peasant smallholder farmers living in the areas that SEMA is operating, Singida, and to create 10,000 jobs. Let me repeat it, because I think this is the key. Goal to reach 6,000 smallholder farmers in the Singida region and create almost 10,000 jobs. Now, how are we going to do that? This, as I said, is a pioneer, and what I should need to emphasize that Elcap, the program that we're launching today, is a very multidimensional program. So on one hand, one big component, this program, is to work to bring together farmers in Singida region to work together and enhance their capacity so that they can grow more crops and use more climate sensitive techniques. But also the program is intended to connect these farmers to the greater market so that they can secure higher prices for their commodity. So that agriculture component, that is one component of the Elcap. The second component, which is equally important, even more important, is that we will be working with the women and the youth in the Singida region to introduce what we call a new program that we refer to as waste management. When I say that we will be working with the women and youth so that they can collect various kind of waste and then generate income from the waste. And I'll come back later a little bit to explain what do I really mean by that. But at this stage, let me say that this program that we are launching today is therefore an holistic approach that on one hand, while it enhances agriculture, but it is also intended to protect the environment while benefiting the most vulnerable members in their community. You know, the program, as I said, is focusing on the agriculture production in Singida. Agriculture in African context generally, but therefore in Africa, it is a very key backbone on the fight against poverty. I should mention at this point that the vision of Strome is a world free of poverty. And our mission is to eradicate poverty, fighting against poverty. This is our mission. Now, in this regard, agriculture becomes a very key important. Why? Because while it serves to provide only food, but also income, it is therefore a very important vehicle into helping people to escape from the poverty. I don't think if I needed to re-emphasize in this crowd today that poverty and hunger remain the two biggest development challenges of our time. You will see now those people who are producing food are the ones who are going hungry. And that's why we want this program to address that. So agriculture productivity becomes a crucial element in any effort of eradicating poverty globally. And at this point, let me quote a little bit from FAO. You know FAO, this UN organization that deals with the food and agriculture. You know, FAO, they've done a number of studies, and now they have confirmed that in countries like Tanzania or developing countries in general, across the board, if you were to be able to increase the gross domestic product of your country through agriculture, that will have an effect in eradication of poverty 5 times more than if you were to develop the gross domestic product the same amount on another sector, like, for example, in tourism or in maybe mining. So agriculture, as I said, remains a central sector that we really need to emphasize when we are talking of eradicating poverty and also generally into addressing the sustainable development goal. Actually, FAO, they are saying that the 5 times increase is for the whole global. But in sub-Saharan Africa, if the country of sub-Saharan Africa were, say, for example, they were able to increase their gross domestic product by 5% through agriculture, that growth through agriculture will have an 11 times more effect into eradicating poverty in that country, more than if that countries were to develop that 5% in other non-agriculture area. All this I'm saying just to emphasize the importance of agriculture going forward, and therefore the importance of this program that we are launching today. Now, I've said that Elcap is a pioneer project for us. But what do I mean this? It goes without saying that this program, we could not develop itself with Strome without a cooperation with the many other actors. At this point, you should allow me first to acknowledge and mention NORAD, who the NORAD is the Norwegian Development Agency, who have really funded this program. We could have not achieved this program without their funding. But NORAD for us is very important. You know, Strome, we have 5 years agreement with NORAD. So NORAD is a very strategic donor for us. In addition to the funding that we get from them, which is really crucial, but also another strategic area for NORAD for us is that dialogue, daily dialogue that we have with them in order to capacitize us, to exchange views, and also to increase our capacity. So yeah, NORAD is a very strategic donor. And I should also mention that for the Tanzanians, I'm sure you will know that NORAD Tanzania has been one of the priority countries of NORAD for decades now, I think since mid-60s. During the founder, Mwalimu Nyerere period. And until today, when you talk to NORAD, you see they look in Tanzania in a special way. That's why we are very pleased to have this funding from NORAD, in which really enables us to deliver. But Elcap is very special in another way. First, it is unique in the way that it brings together both private and the public sector actors into the development. When it comes to the second component of this waste management, we will be working with the 2 of Norway's leading waste management companies. Their name is Retorcraft and Norsk Gjenvinning. These are the leading in waste management. In this part of the world, waste is really a resource. And this is what we are trying to really inject into the Singida area through SEMA. So it will help us to shape how can we really transform waste into resources? How can we really develop this waste management component in Elcap to create income from the waste? In addition of these private companies, we will also be working with 2 public institutions, no, 3 actually, 2. Number 1, Norwegian Geotechnical Institute. And also will be working with the Norwegian University of Life Sciences, which really was previously a Norwegian University of Agriculture. And we will also be teaming up with Engineers Without Borders so that we can bring these climate conscious approaches to the Singida region in order to improve the quality, not only of the produce from the agriculture, but also the quality of the soil in which the agriculture is being performed. So that is what will be working from the Norwegian side. From Tanzanian side, we will be working with organizations that are really working to benefit the livelihood of small farmers in the communities. I'm sure in this crowd here, I don't really need to invest time because I believe most of you know SEMA. You know SEMA. But for the benefit of those who have not really had the chance to work with SEMA, SEMA for us, SEMA itself stands for Sustainable Environment Management Action, and has been working to improve the healthy education, agriculture, and environment degradation in the rural areas and the rural communities in Singida area that meet Tanzania. SEMA has been working there since 1998. Actually, for a Tanzanian, that is 1 year before the founder of Tanzania, Mwalimu Nyerere, passed away. So we, Strome, we've been working with SEMA since 2014. And I should say, and from deepest of our heart, we are being impressed by the good reputation of SEMA and the commitment of the staff and the loyalty of staff. And we know that SEMA, they understand the local community in that area very well. We also know that SEMA has a big and experienced team of staff that have demonstrated their ability and also commitment, not only to SEMA's programs, but also to our SF programs and also other donors that they fund them. So we are very pleased to work with SEMA. And I say this, since we are not operational ourselves, we work through partner. So for us, it's very important to make sure that we have that partner like SEMA, who they know the local context, they have committed staff, but also the structures for example, this anti-corruption. But in Tanzania, in addition to SEMA, we will also be working with the new organization called the Conservation Farming Unit, which have experience in equipping small and medium-scale farmers with the knowledge and the practical experience of to improve the livelihood and also conservation of the environment. Not only do they improve the livelihood of the farmers they work with, but the Conservative Farming Unit also have worked across all over Tanzania to improve the long-term result of farmers, and especially into trying to make sure that the soil that agriculture is being done remains nutritious for the years to come. So, my dear colleagues, without taking much of your time, it is a truly blessing and honor for me to have this opportunity to share these few words from Christian office here, our head office. And again, thank you very much for taking time to attend this kickoff of this pioneer program for us. I know we have a full program today, and I look very much to get that. I look very much forward to getting to know. So, my dear colleagues, let me stop here and wish you all the best for the launch and all the best for the remaining of the program. Thank you so much.
Asante sana, Titus. Thank you very much, Titus.
Many thanks indeed, Titus, for...
And, we'll keep you updated of the way forward that the participants will come up with at the end of the day today. Sasa, mabibi na mabwana.
Now, ladies and gentlemen, now I shall welcome the RAS Regional Administrative, at least to say a few words on behalf of the RSC office, Regional Commissioner office, and then to launch officially our project. You're welcome, Honorable RAS.
Mheshimiwa mkuu wa mkoa, Mheshimiwa ni meneja wa mradi na washiriki, habarini za asubuhi. Imekuwaje? Habarini za asubuhi. Mimi niko hapa kwa niaba, mimi sio RAS, ila nipo kwa niaba ya RAS. Kwa hiyo ningekuwa mimi kama mimi kwa cheo changu ningeweza kuongea yale ninayoyajua, lakini kwa sababu naongea kwa niaba ya RAS inabidi nifikirie kwamba RAS kama angekuwepo angetoa haya. Kwa hiyo napaswa kujiweka kwenye tune ile ya RAS mwenyewe, kwa sababu mimi sio RAS. Kwa hiyo napaswa
to the tune of RAS should be very keen as a representative of RAS. I could say the same thing, but because I'm a human being, if I could just speak on the content from RAS, I want to be fair for myself. Honorable Chairperson, who is our Regional Commissioner, I will just launch to you a challenge regarding SEMA. I really love SEMA. Is connected to enhance agricultural products and to make our agriculture to be commercial. That is what I heard. It is a very sexy area for me. I will just mention some challenges. Before I come to Singida, I was a director at TARI, Tanzania Agricultural Institute. I was part of Agricultural Institute doing research in Tanzania. Not only that, I am a farmer. When we are talking about agriculture, I'm really struck. This is my daily activity. This is an area we as farmers, we are facing a lot of challenges. What you did launch today, my desire is to see how this project can bring an added value These projects say how it can bring value to my activities. It's a nice project. It is targeting special groups who are farmers to improve their life, to improve their livelihoods and their agricultural activity. How this agriculture can be turned into agribusiness. That is the great challenge. You should see how this agriculture can be agribusiness. When you look at a farmer, Honorable, you are coming from Anyone. When you look at a farmer, since the first day of farming up to the harvest, what kind of assistance is coming from the government? I'm talking as a farmer. Since he's starting to clean up the forest, up to the harvest, once after the harvest, the government hand is seen, the upper hand of the government is seen. When you are helping our farmers, you have to review the laws, the policies. How we as government, we don't see, if you want to really transform a farmer and to be an entrepreneur, to see how we can advise the government since the initial step, the government should assist the farmer up to the selling of his or her products. For me, lucky we went outside the country or abroad. I'm from Kagera, you know, coffee. And also during the cold period, you know, well, a farmer who is selling coffee around $5 on those days. I don't know. During winter period, and the farmer is told to sell his coffee at 700 shillings, while it is sold in Europe during winter a cup for $5. Even for sunflower, even the oil from sunflower, we are buying 5 liters for 27,000. How much are we selling 1 kilo of oil of sunflower seeds? How much is the price of sunflower seed? 1 kilo. I can produce 5, and in order to produce 5 liters, how many kilograms are supposed to harvest as in form of seeds? They have a container which weigh around how many kilos? 20 liters, 20 kilograms. I would like to launch to challenge the government. The laws should support the farmer in agricultural sector to support the farmers in order to make business in all kind of project. You should have in your plan spillover effects. This project starts here in Singida, but it is for the whole Tanzanians, and their environment, they are similar. This project, how can it be an advocate for farmers so that they can do agribusiness? In Kigoma, farmers, the oil palm, how can it assist a farmer? When you go, I want to alert meeting. They want to see the cashew nut farming. I told them they should not get anything. They have to come from the southern part to come and to learn. I told them it is nothing. When you go in that old corridor, you will see cashew nut which if the price and their life is totally different. There is a big discrepancy. I request SEMA now to be the voice of farmers. Once it is successful, to be the voice of the farmers, and to conclude, the ultimate goal to assist farmers. Agricultural activities is reserved to a very few people, but they are feeding a big portion of population. If you go to South Africa, you'll see the same. Agriculture should target to mitigate the number, or to reduce the number of farmers. But if you want to do agribusiness in the world, farmers are very few, but they are feeding the whole country and beyond the borders. What I said, it is a challenge for you as SEMA and me as from agricultural sector to continue to say that we have to increase the number of farmers. We will continue in the same negative or dark side. Agriculture should have few people, but who are professionals, mechanized agriculture. It is using a small group, but feeding the whole population. Now, after those a few words, I will request you, Regional Commissioner, to address this gathering. Asante, thank you very much indeed.
Mheshimiwa Manager wa SEMA,
Honorable Manager of SEMA, Brother Asi, all participants in conventional and online platforms, good morning. My name is Rahabu Mwagisa. I'm the Regional Commissioner of Manyoni. Dr. RSC from Manyoni. I'm here to represent our Regional Commissioner of Singida. I would like to thank Almighty God for this day, to be healthy and to take part in this very crucial event which will bring efficiency to our citizenry. Secondly, I would like to present our greetings of love from our Regional Commissioner, but due to other duties, he could not make it, but he did greet you. As it has been said by the interim RAS, what I'm going to say, it is what the Regional Commissioner did send me to say, but if you could be around, you could just address this audience. Ladies and gentlemen, first and foremost, I would like to express my gratitude to take part in this launching of the enhanced livelihood through commercial agricultural production. The region of Singida is very delighted to be part of this program. I would like to welcome to this very important, indispensable ceremony in order to enhance the livelihoods of small farmers in Singida in order to fulfill the SDG 25 for well-being of all Tanzania. SDG 21, 25, especially the first goal to eradicate poverty, and other goals should be our sector and our development partners to work in synergy in order to achieve the goals which have been planned. On behalf of the government, Ministry of Agriculture, and the farmers from Singida, I would like to thank Strong Foundation and other strategic partners in order to enhance livelihoods through agribusiness, and all the implementing partners in 3 regions in Singida, where in Iramba district and Ikungi. I would like to ensure you won't regret to bring this project in our region. The RC office and the district will bring support for this project in order to achieve the goals and to make this region to be an center of excellence in order to enhance the livelihood of small farmers. The aim of this project is to enhance the livelihoods and other partners through the value chain, and to enhance the environment and the value chain of crops, for instance, corn, sorghum, and sunflower, to link the farmers to the markets, and then to create again employment. This new project is targeting 6,000 small farmers in our region in order to enhance, to bring agribusiness and the value chain of sorghum, sunflower, in order the farmers to choose the right crop and the empowerment of getting food at the level of family and through different savings groups and different groups of small farmers, women, and youth, and to link them with the institutional, financial institutions and different services. Ladies and gentlemen, as you know, Tanzanian economy is based in agriculture and small farmers in rural area. This is the same image in Tanzania, including the Singida region. According to different researches which have been done, many people dwell in villages or in rural area. So the strategy to eradicate poverty should tackle different challenges which are facing rural area dwellers. This project is launched at an opportune moment when our region starts to increase the production of sunflower from 90 tons up to 40 tons as an increment of more than 50%. The production of sunflower to empower small farmers, CSOs, and the private sector. Those are the partners which will be included. With this reality, this is an opportune, this is the right moment to reach the target which have been planned by the authorities from Singida region. I would like to thank the Ministry of Agriculture for their preparedness by empowering the extension officers by giving them tools in order to assist them to assist the sunflower farmers by giving them also input and the expectation of the authorities from the ministry and the Singida region for this empowerment program. Through this program of agribusiness will increase the level of economy of small farmers through the increment of productivity. Ladies and gentlemen, I would like to request to listen up the representative of small farmers who are taking part to this launching. These are the target population of this project. They could tell you what is possible and what is impossible. Their experience will enable you to get solutions and the modification steps in order to make this program a success. Before I conclude, I would like to remind you, at the end of this program or this event, the strategic partners and other partners to give recommendations which will enhance the implementation of the project. Once again, we are so delighted to have this project in our region, and I wish you good deliberations, fruitful deliberation. Ladies and gentlemen, now I announce officially the launch of enhanced livelihood through commercial agricultural production is now officially opened. Thank you for your kind attention. Thank you very much, Honorable. Aras now will request the DG to guide you in order to present a sign which is an indication of launching officially our program. A round of applause. Many thanks indeed. Thank you very much for launching officially our project. Now we are reaching the end of the first part of our event. We shall now go in the second part to see what we can do. Now we shall go for family photo, group photo, and quickly we shall be having about 3 groups. We shall have our group photo in front at high table so they can have the background. The first group, we shall request the RSC regional, the district commissioners to have that group photo. The district commissioners and RAS, please come forward. We shall be taking the picture at high table. I'll request also the chairman of the board of directors of SEMA, please, chairman of the board, please, wherever you are, come forward to have the family photo or the group photo.
Asante sana, asante sana.
Thank you very much. The second group, please. We shall request high officials from the government, from the Ministry of Agriculture, please come forward so that we can get that group photo. Please, at the level of the district and the level of the region, high officials, please, from the government at the level of regional office and district offices, please come forward.
Asante. Kundi linalofuata.
The third group, representative of the private sector from CRDB Bank, SIDO, and TTCIA, please come forward. Private sector, CRDB Bank, SIDO, and TTCIA, please come forward. Many thanks indeed. The fourth group, the beneficiaries of the farmers groups from our 3 regions, please come forward quickly so that we can have that picture. So please, the representatives of entrepreneurs, please come forward from the 3 regions. Many thanks indeed. The following group, staff who are present here, and CFU staff. These are the implementing partners. Many thanks indeed. Guest of honor, we have reached the end of the first part of our program. Now we shall go for tea break. If you will have time, you can join us for discussion of this project. This discussion or dialogue should continue 10 to 12 hours. If you still have time, you are most welcome. We shall go for tea break, a short tea break for a few. Maybe I did not give some clarifications for our geography. You can go outside. There are 2 blocks, one for ladies and one for men. you can have the way to the loose. So please, we shall continue with our program around 10 to 12. Lisu, you can come and give the program some information, logistic information regarding the tea break. Thank you.